Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game from Scratch, and today we are checking out something cool in Blender. What you see in front of you, this is Blender 5, but more specifically, this is Blender 5 running a replacement for cycles, something called V-Ray from a company called Chaos. This is a rendering technology, been around for years, used in a number of movies, movie trailers, game trailers, etc., and now it is available for Blender. But the most important part, and the reason why we're talking about it today, is this. Blender Community Edition is available, and it is free to use asterisks. We'll get to the asterisks in just a sec, but it is actually very fair in terms of what you get out of this, what it costs. But of course, there are going to be some limitations to the free version. So what you see in front of you, this viewport is being rendered in real time. You can see, like, again, the reflections going on right there. This is a drop-in replacement for cycles, or EV also. So here you can see, I'm going to go ahead, we'll rotate things around a little bit, and you can see it is now rendering it down from that new viewport for me. There are multiple different denoisers built in here, by the way. So right now I'm using NVIDIA upscaling, which I think is DLSS basically. There's also an Intel one, V-Ray's own, and another NVIDIA option as well for doing the denoising process. You see here, we are obviously inside of the rendered viewport here. But what we could also have done is switch this over to standard shaded viewport like so. So you can set it up and have things going as you like them there. And then we've also have this option over here, which is their interactive renderer, which we can then fire up. It will go ahead and render our scene like so. Now you're going to notice it's always rendering to a square aspect ratio. That is definitely one of the limitations of this. It renders out to 2K by 2K squared aspect ratio. I've never seen that before, but that is definitely one of the limitations. So this is as detailed of an image as you can get. As you can see here, it is doing its various different rendering passes there. You do have a number of control over how things you can do, so you can do a sharpening or a blur effect here. I can do various different lens effects. I can enable lens effects. I could go ahead and do some bloom effects or dust on my lens, chromatic aberration, etc. And then you see the preview over here. You can also do real-time filters and apply those directly on top. So I think it's a double click, and then boom, you see the result of the filter. So you do have this interactive renderer available for you there as well. And then if you want to go ahead and render it out, you can render the final results. It's also fully integrated into Blender. So you see it's just straight up render. It will start out the production rendering aspect of it. At the same time, you will also notice if you take a look at shaders, there are basically a full set of replacement shaders. So let's go ahead and check out here. We'll get this one up here, and you can see here you've got these all these different nodes directly for the shader language. So for a V-Ray bitmap to a V-Ray material to a V-Ray material output, and then you're gonna notice you have options here such as coat and sheen, etc. So if you want those additional settings, you are getting them here as well. The cool thing again about V-Ray, also you have a number of different settings over here: global illumination, set up how sampling is working. Then you got various different globals you could set up. How you want things to work, and then system level things that you can set up here as well. So I'm going to show you a new scene. So let's just go ahead and create this one completely. We won't save it. So here we are in a brand new scene. We need to sacrifice at least one default cube. We go here into the preferences. You make sure that it is installed. So you do install it as the exe for V-Ray stuff, and then you just enable it as a plugin in your version. It does specifically only work with Blender 5, so the newer versions aren't supported yet. Now there are a couple of other cool things here. So once V-Ray is enabled, so go over here and we're going to switch from EV to V-Ray. You're going to notice we all of a sudden get a new menu here. Now there's a couple of other things going on with this release as well. You also get access to their cloud assets. So I can come up over here and I can say, okay, Chaos Cloud, Cosmos browser. So here we can see this is their online repository of stuff. So you can see you've got a couple different options here. So I can go into different categories. So if I need an HDRI for rendering this, I can set one up here. So this is one I already use. Go ahead and we just import it into the scene. This sets up an HDRI environment for us. And now let's say I want to bring in a 3D model or something. I come up here and once again go back to categories, and we'll go to 3D models. You can pick to a different, so you see there's a ton of them available here. So let's go ahead. We'll pick a vehicle, a car. So you notice there's just an absolute ton of things available. Here's one I've already downloaded, but if I wanted something that I hadn't downloaded yet, such as this yellow one, I just click on that. It will go ahead and do the download of it. So you can see it's at like 33%. So it does download these models pretty quick, but you're getting this huge library of materials, of HDR environment maps, of 3D models, etc. that you can use for free again, although it does seem like there is a cap on the amount that you can download. Is my Is my card downloaded? All right, let's go ahead and see. All right, there it is. And I go ahead and apply that into the scene. There we go. It is now in my scene. So give it a second to do its rendering. Or let's actually switch over to the viewport shading option over here and let it evaluate. So there you can see the shading results. And you've got this huge library of assets that you can bring in. So again, we got it being lit in the background by this second glorious sun here, rendering effect going on over here. So you do have this entire huge library of assets available as well. There do seem to be some limitations on how many of them you ultimately get, but if you are looking for a replacement renderer to the built-in cycles renderer, that is what V-Ray is all about. And you can see some examples of how it renders here. And again, if I want to just go ahead and render the results out, boom, render them out. Or again, I can bring up the interactive renderer right here and play around with the results, tweak it, get things going as I wish there. So that is the community edition of V-Ray for Blender. Now, if you're wondering what exactly this works like, well, obviously it is built off of the V-Ray product. So this is V-Ray by Chaos. Again, it's used in a ton of movies, rendering results out there. You can see some of the results of who it's worked with. So again, a professional renderer has come to Blender, so you see it's available here. It's, again, also available for a number of other tools out there, 3D Studios Max. That one is Cinema 4D, Rhino, and so on. So you can get it into a number of different platforms that's available. But the newest one, obviously, is for Blender. You can see the pricings of V-Ray over here, but the one that we're using specifically is this, V-Ray for Blender. And what's new, the news part of this video, isn't so much the V-Ray for Blender part, which again has been available for a number of months now, and you can see the results of some of the renderers here, and then some of the features that are available there. There's a huge library of free assets available as well, but the key thing with this one is this is now available, the Community Edition. So you may be wondering, okay, what the heck is the Community Edition? Well, you can go ahead and get a free license for it from V-Ray. Basically, come on in here. I did this via my Gmail account. So you basically just log in, give them a Gmail account. You can download it there. It's a little bit under 1 gigabyte in size. You go ahead and install it. And then you need to run Blender 5, or it's also available for 4.4 and 4.6 as well. But you're probably going to use Blender 5 at this point in time. And this is aimed at students and newbies, educators and content creators, hobbyists and freelancers. So yes, you can commercially make money using this if you wish, and researchers and add-on developers. Now, that's obviously going to sound too good to be true. So what are the catches of the Community Edition? Well, there's a couple things. This one is the biggest. You get a 3-month license. So you got 3 months to use this. And what happens after 3 months? Well, you basically go online. It will give you a warning, I guess, 7 days before the 3 months is up and say you need to renew it. You log into the website and say renew your license. And I think there is like a point form survey you fill out, and then you get another 3 months, and you can do that infinitely. So it is limited to 3 months at a time. That's it, though, in terms of limitations there. On top of that, you are not getting any support at all. And then the key one here is your renders, the maximum resolution you can render out is 2560 by 2560. Anything other than that, it will automatically scale it down to that particular resolution. So if you want to do 4K renders, you're out of luck. If you want to do 1080p, no problems at all. And again, you can do this commercial for commercial results. Again, also the image quality limited out to 8-bit per channel as opposed to 32-bit on those. And then cloud is not available. AI-assisted tools are not available. Free 3D assets, we saw those in action. Although there are some limitations to them. I don't know how many credits or whatever you get in terms of access to those, but they are available, and you can use them in commercial projects, which is pretty impressive. So what is it? It's a free version of their industry standard renderer, V-Ray. Lets you create high-end stills, animations inside Blender. You get the same core technology the world's best artists use, making it perfect for learning, teaching, creating content, or tackling personal and small-scale freelance work. So yes, you can make money that way. It is ideal for building your portfolio and kickstarting your creative career. Is it free? Yes, it is completely free to use. Goal is to make V-Ray's production-proven rendering accessible to everyone in the Blender community. Community Edition includes everything you need for learning, personal projects, even small-scale commercial work. It does have some limitations, which are designed for teams and studios working on large-scale projects. You can see how it compares, which we were just at there. Does it expire? Yep, 90 days. You can renew it for free as many times as you'd like. However, renewal process ensures you can have continuous long-term access to V-Ray at no cost. How do you do it? You go to my.chaos.com, you click the renew button, and complete a short survey. If it expires, you have to go reactivate it. Can you use it for commercial work? Yes, you can. Can be used for small-scale commercial work. It is designed for solo creators and freelancers who don't require pipeline integration or features built for large teams that are available on their paid plans. What are system requirements? They're available there. And if you have any technical issues, there is no support, but you can go to the forum and hope the community helps you out. So that is it. I think the terms are reasonable. I think, again, it's a lot of people, you're going to be just fine with cycles. So this is for people that want a different rendering experience. But I think it's pretty cool. I think it's cool that the way they've set this up. I think it's cool, like it's accessible to so many more people. And then in terms of if you want to go ahead and buy it, it is commercial software at that point in time. So you could get V-Ray for Blender, $16.50 US per month, or V-Ray Solo, that's the full fat version, at $45 a month. So if you want only work with Blender, so if you're a Blender only user and you want to have full access, and then again, you have access to those 3D assets I showed you earlier on, you can buy it at $16.50 a month. But for most people, you can go ahead and just use the free version. So let me know what you think of V-Ray coming to Blender and the results of it. Play around with it. Let me know what you think of the overall rendering results you get from it compared to what you get out of the box from the Cycles renderer. If you played around with it, do you like the results better than Cycles? Let me know what you think. Comments down below. I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.